Welcome back to Darlene and Grit Homestead. I am Ashley, and I'm going to give you guys an update on our Sebastopol Gosling and our chickens. So we had a Sebastopol Gosling that we hatched out here on the homestead in our incubator, and then we also picked up about, I believe, 10 new chicks. Yeah, it was 10. And since then, we've gotten 12 more chicks. So I wanted to kind of give you guys an update on them, and you guys can see all the pretty colors and get to see the Gosling. His name is Kermit. We have decided to name him Kermit, like Kermit the Frog, but instead it's Kermit the Gosling.
Update on Kermit, our little goose. Finally made first venture outside. Yeah, I know you, Kermit. What are you doing? It's okay. Come here. Yeah. What, you saying hi to everybody? What? I know you have so much to say about the whole situation. Oh, you're trying to come up? The whole, oh, okay. It's okay. Yeah. Now, first scary adventure. But today was a really warm day. Same with yesterday. So we figured we'd get him out today and give him a little sun. And of course he's doing fine. He's just a baby. Yeah. He's got his little butt feathers. So he's starting to get all his little pins in. They're very, very small still, but he's getting there. Huh? Where are you going? Man, you're just a talker. Yes, you are. But all under his chest, I can feel his little pins starting, and his wings are starting to get a little bit of his little pin feathers on there. So he's getting moved out today to get some sun, and probably the next couple days we'll do it again. And then we're working on getting the chickens in here and setting up their little yard so that we can free up that little brooder they're in, so we can get him out to the barn and give him a little more area. So we're trying to maneuver some stuff around at the moment. Everybody's getting bigger, so we can finally get things moving. So, but yeah, that's update. Good old little Kermit. He's having a blast, enjoying some sun. Yeah.
Side quest, our little chicken house. So we are getting it ready for our pullets that we have. We have 10 pullets. There are 6 Americanas and 5 silver laced, oh, 4 silver laced Wyandottes. I can't math. So, anyways, that's what he's here for.
I gave her one of these.
I can count this many. Anyways, so he had it vacuumed out. So we got it all clean and all the nasty spiders are gone. And then we're gonna do some modifications. There is some things that are already equipped in here. So like there's a resting bar, and then there are nesting boxes. We don't prefer this round nesting bar. We like the flat, so we'll use like a 2x4 to put in there, but currently right now this is a little bit too tall for the pullets for the age that they are, so we'll have to build a lower one. But we would prefer to do like a ladder system up there to kind of give them more space. And then, ooh, there's a spider right there.
Oh yeah.
And then this nesting box, it's gonna have to be modified. We're gonna have to redo it all together. There's screws that were not aligned, so we're gonna redo that. I'm sure they probably like put stuff in there, and then, you know, their chickens laid in there at one time, but it's not the style that we want.
Nope.
And it doesn't matter how many chickens you have, they will typically only lay in like 2 boxes anyway. So 2 boxes in here, and maybe 3, like we'll do like a trifecta or something like that, would be sufficient enough for 10 hens. But yeah, little modification, clean it out, and the chickens will be happy.
Otherwise,
and this will be their yard.
It's built really strong. Like, it's nice, and they use heavy gauge wire for the outsides, and it's all secure, and I mean, it's pretty predator proof.
And it doesn't leak.
Yeah. And we showed in the old video, there was like one that something tried to get in the front, but it's so thick. There's like 3-ply on this thing that they didn't even get anywhere. So it's a solid door. We're probably just gonna put a kick plate or something on there to, yeah, support.
One of our viewers actually had recommend putting a kick plate on there, and that's absolutely a wonderful idea. And then, you know, when the time comes, then we can replace that board on the front. So, yeah. What do you guys think?
It'll work.
It will work.
Yeah.
So they'll have a nice little yard. We do plan to free range our chickens. We've always done that, even with predator like hawks and eagles and turkey vultures and owls. If you fool them and you set up the right kind of security system for them or places for them to hide, it will work out. And if you befriend crows or ravens, if you befriend them, like giving them gifts like such as raw eggs or treats, they will protect your flock. And we used to have about 40 plus birds at our last property, and we never lost one, not one. And we were off the bluffs, San Juan Islands, pretty much.
Overlooking it pretty much.
Yeah, overlooking it pretty much. We could see Canada from our kitchen window, and there were bald eagles, hawks everywhere.
Yeah.
But the crows were like, they were on it. So we gave them all of our special treats, and it really worked out for us. And that's something that we do here. We have 10 ducks right over here, and we have not lost one. So you have to be present. You have to, you know, learn how to outsmart your aerial predators. It is possible. And a lot of people that we discuss it with, they kind of like, no, I just have too many of those things. And I'm like, we have an abundance, I swear. You just have to learn how to outsmart them.
Gotta get to work. Figure out if I'm gonna take this all off or just up here. That's some rusty stuff. Rudy.
See how grody it is. What's behind there? What's behind door 1?
Wall.
A wall. Oh yeah. There's all kinds of nastiness in there.
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
I got most of it. Yippers. I'll get that out and then take that bar off and open it up a bit, and then we'll put up a new roost, and we'll be good for a few months, and then they'll get to nesting, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah. They'll get bigger.
Yep.
Brian found a big spider. Where is it? Oh!
What do you mean, where is it?
Here, let me put the camera right there.
Oh, don't get him running. You gotta take him out.
Want me to move?
I don't want him to move. You gotta suck him up. Vacuum time. Alright.
It is a big one.
There you go, everybody. Feel squeamish.
Feel squeamish.
You're going down. The other one's moving. Alright. Have a great day. That's how we do it. Next step is done. I got both of those perches done. So I did one really low because they're pullets, the little guys. And then the next step I did was the higher one that was technically already there. And I just did it because they're going to get there soon. These things they're like popcorn. They jump so easy. So smaller one down below. It's only 12 inches off the ground. Very simple design. I just, as you can see, put, you know, almost like a little shelf, little brackets on both sides. And then I just screwed the actual perch to it. And then this one, they already had these in here that the piece of wood was on both sides. So I just took and screwed it onto there, and we're good and ready to roll. Like I said, we make 2x4 purchase, or at least something of that size, because they like these flat surfaces to sit on. It can make it a little more, not difficult, but you do have to clean them a little more because they are flat. They do poop on them. You got to scrape them off. Whereas round perches, not as much, of course, because it's round, most of it falls off. But I will say is that they don't like them as much. They do sit in trees and they do that, but if you ever see them where they're in trees, it's more rare that they're in the little tiny branches. They're usually on bigger, thicker branches. There's a reason they like that footing. So that's why we chose 2x4s to do it, and I did them like that before. Actually, at the old house, I think it was a 2x6, and everybody's happy and good to go. So next step done. Now this thing sits and waits till we get these chickens up and rolling, and yeah, which is soon, because we'll have the other fencing and all that done, and that's the next step.
Kermit is going out to his yard for the first time. Oh,
He's aggressive.
are you excited, Kermit? He's like, yeah.
It is on, I think.
Is it gonna zap you?
No, it's not on. Turn it off.
Okay, good. I was like, that's gonna hurt.
Where are you going? I know the neighbors are... Technically, your mom and dad over there are yelling at the neighbors. Yeah.
We gotta find him a new girlfriend.
Yeah. You haven't done that yet, have you? Yeah, that was awesome.
How bad it is? Are you gonna...
I touched it.
Black, that brave girl,
Mm-hmm.
she lets everyone pet her.
Mm-hmm. You eating that grass? I know, isn't that awesome? I know.
Hi, baby.
Hi, mamas.
Daddy, look.
Good job.
Hi, Kermit.
He's a pretty good eater.
Hi, big girls.
Nothing really started, like foraging yet.
They were over here eating grass all day. They're eating all the little seeds off of here and stuff already. Yeah. Chasing little bugs. Oh, what you got going on? I know, it's windy, huh?
Chickens go in this house yet?
They will tonight.
You can open it up so they can go in there.
Oh, no.
Just leave it open, baby. Wait.
So I ran out of time on my lunch break. I've been chopping the comfrey over there, and then I took it over there to the pumpkin patch area. But Brian's getting everything set up for the geese and the chickens. And don't you get caught in that? Oh, you tripped.
Oh, yeah.
So the chickens will stay in here. So we kind of hindsight bought, you know, electro netting, and it's too big for them.
The holes on the bottom.
Are you taking a rest right there? It is so windy today. But we have Kermit out here. He can't stay out here yet. He's still too young. But he doesn't require a heat mat or anything like that anymore. But it gets too cold for him at night. So he has to come in. But otherwise, he just he follows us everywhere like a dog. And he loves Brian. Brian and him are best friends.
Yep.
And he loves the children.
She'll bite
You
you.
just tried to nibble on Ami's hair. Keiko and Ami do not care about him at all. Biko is too rough with him. He tries to play with him, and he like hits him with his nose really hard, which is kind of a bully behavior. So we don't allow Biko out while he's out. But the two girl dogs don't care. Now Biko doesn't care about the big ducks and things like that either, because they'll pinch him. Oh, He's biting her.
You're playing a game. You're
Yeah.
not going to win that one.
Nope. She's the queen.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta do that to Biko.
Yeah, you're losing feathers. Let's help him.
Now, he has said hi to the ducks and things like that, and he has said hi to the smaller chicks and things like that. Earlier this morning, he was actually in the barn with me, and he was doing chores, and which is fine. So he kind of follows me around as like a dog, almost. As you can see, here's one of my Pomeranians. This is Ami, and then here's Kermit. And he likes to sleep at my feet.
Yeah.
He's a fun little guy. And we enjoy having him. He's very sweet. Now, goslings, they can bite and they have sharp teeth. So you want to be careful when you're kind of petting them and sticking your finger and things like that in their face. And they don't know. They don't know what they're doing. They're kind of like puppies. So they're going to put their mouths on anything that they find. And you just you know, recorrect or encourage him to chew on something else. What are you all doing?
Hanging out.
Hanging out?
Hanging out.
What are you doing? Here are all those little chicks. And you can see some of them are on the outside of the fence and some are on the inside of the fence because they're still little and skinny and they can still fit through these little holes. We see you. We got Americanas in there, and we have silver laced Wyandottes. I think they're the black ones. That one just popped through. So right now they're just off the side of the barn. We have them hooked up and we have the solar panel. This netting is from Premier One. It's their poultry netting. I believe it's 50 feet if I remember right. And it works fine. It works better for older chickens that are a little bit wider and fatter, of course. When they're this little, they can just squeeze right through it. And right now it's not that big of a deal. They're pretty well protected and they like to stay in the barn because that's where their brooder was. So it feels like home for them. And here we have more chicks. So we have 12 more chicks that are in here. 4 more Americanas. We have 2 Buff Orpingtons, 2 Barred Rocks, and then there's 4 black silver lace Wyandottes. And the Wyandottes are for my mom. I'm going to raise them here until they start laying, and then they'll go to her house. She has a big chicken run. Let's see if they'll come out. Come on out. What are you guys doing? I'm going to take this out. This thing's gotten grody. What are you guys doing? So I just have that heat plate in there. That's how I raise all of my poultry. It's a really big one. It can fit up to, I believe, 12 ducklings. And it says, you know, more chicks than that. But as they get older and bigger, they don't all fit under there. Just their heads and their butts stick out usually. But they don't need it for very long. Here we are. Here's a little Buff Orpington. I see you, little one. They're so tiny and cute right now. And the reason why we end up getting more chickens is because you just never know how many you're gonna lose. So that's an update on our chickens and our Gosling. We'll probably get more chickens. So we like to have a lot of chickens in case any don't make it through the harsh months. And then of course, if anybody needs some chickens, we always like to be giving too. So like I said, I'm raising 4 of them for my mom. Yeah. And hopefully we can get a friend for little Kermit. So probably not this year, but I'll probably hatch out more next year or maybe order some. So we'll see which one is a better deal at the time. I do like hatching them out. I like hand raising them because they're much more friendly that way.
It's fun.
Here he is.
Showing toes.
Showing toes. Happy boy.
You don't want to get that. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Get me earlier, too. Huh. Nice snackies.
Are you a Velcro goose? He's like, yeah.
Yep.